Hello, my name is Joshua Brown from the Aptitude testing website, howtobecome.com, and in this tutorial, I will teach you how to pass a job aptitude test. So if you have any kind of aptitude or psychometric test coming up whatsoever, then please make sure you stick around to the end as I will help you to pass. To achieve that goal, this is what I will cover. I will first give you a breakdown of the most common job aptitude test questions I strongly recommend you prepare for. I will also provide you with tips to help you pass your job aptitude test, enabling you to score highly. Then I'll provide you with plenty of aptitude test questions that you can try for yourself under timed conditions before finally telling you how you can access further aptitude test resources, including fully worked answers to each question to help you to prepare. And just very quickly, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I want to help you pass your test, and I can only do that if you're subscribed. And please don't forget to hit that like button because that tells me you find these tutorials useful. Okay, let's get started with the first aptitude test questions that I recommend you prepare for, and they are verbal reasoning tests. So let's take a look at verbal reasoning test question number 1, which is, which letter is missing from the following 4 words? And you can see those words are the ones that are in bold, with the question mark representing where the missing letter should go. So we have the following potential options: L, D, S, R, or T. Now there are 2 ways to try and answer this tough aptitude test question, the first being a process of elimination. So for example, if we take the letter L and put it at the end of these first letters here, we see we can make the word fill. So that works. However, if we try and add L to the other 3 potential words, you can see it only works with the end one where it would make the word late. It does not work with these 2 middle ones. Therefore, we know L isn't the correct answer option. We'll then work our way down the list to try and hopefully find a letter that does work with all 4 options. Now, whilst this strategy works, it's not the quickest strategy, because if the potential letter needed is the last answer option, we've wasted all of that time going through these potential options. So my advice is to look at the 4 potential words and see which word seems the most obscure, or in other words, is most likely to either start or end with fewer potential letter options. In this example, the letters making up this potential word that starts with the letters P-L-E-A really stands out to me, and therefore I would instantly know that only the letter D, looking at this list of potential answer options, would work. I would then try adding the letter D to the other words to see if they too work. And by doing so, we can see the correct answer is indeed answer option B, which is the letter D. So by using the letter D, we would get the words feed, dare, plead, and date. So now it's your turn to try this verbal reasoning test question. Please put your answer to question 2 in the comments section below the video for marking. Thank you. So verbal reasoning question number 2 is, which letter is missing from the following 4 words? Is it T, F, L, D, or K? You have 12 seconds on the timer starting now. Okay, let's try another one. And remember, please put your answer to question 3 in the comments section below the video for marking. Thank you. So verbal reasoning test question number 3, which letter is missing from the following 4 words? Is it D, E, T, B, or S? Your time starts now. Okay, let's take a look at a different type of verbal reasoning test question, which is, which of the following is the odd one out? Is it A, daisy, B, rose, C, lily, D, sunflower, or E, petal? Now, a tip when answering this type of verbal reasoning question is remember all items will be related, but one option will not be the same as the rest. For example, all of these options are types of flowers, except one, which is an element of a flower. So the correct answer on this list, the odd one out, would be option E. So you can see daisy, rose, lily, and sunflower, they are all types of flowers. However, petal is an element of a flower. Therefore, it's the odd one out. So now it's your turn to try this yourself. Remember, please put your answer to question number 5 in the comment section below the video for marking. Let's dive straight in. So question 5, which of the following is the odd one out? Is it A, jog, B, run, C, sprint, D, sit, or E, walk? Your timer starts now. Let's take a look at another question. Question 6. Again, which of the following is the odd one out? Is it A, cat, B, dog, C, owl, D, horse, or E, elephant? Your 12-second timer starts now. Okay, let's move on to the next category of aptitude test question, which is aptitude reasoning tests. Now, this is a very tough category of aptitude reasoning tests that many people struggle with. So we're going to break this down nice and easily for you before we give some example questions for you to try yourself. So question 7 is, which tiles, when rotated, complete the grid? So here is the grid, and here are the potential answer options. So we have A, we have B, we have C, and we have option number D as well. So my advice when trying to answer these tough abstract reasoning questions is to try and look for a pattern in the grid before looking at the correct answer option. So what I mean by that is to look at the tiles that are already available on the grid and try to identify a pattern. Remember, the color variations may not mean anything. And I'll give you a hint. In this example, the different colors don't actually have any meaning. So instead, we need to try and look for a pattern with what we can visually see. Now, the first thing you should notice is both the left column and right column follow a particular order. So the top arrow points right, and the one below it has rotated anti-clockwise by 45 degrees. And then it repeats again. It's the same right-hand arrow, and then again rotates anti-clockwise by 45 degrees. You'll notice the column on the right follows a similar but not the same pattern, but again, the top two are the same as the bottom two tiles. So what does this tell us? Well, it means we can assume the middle tiles are going to follow the same pattern. In other words, these two bottom tiles here, and again, these two tiles here, are going to match the ones above. So we can already see that this tile here matches that one there. So the correct answer option for this is actually answer B. Now, if I move B over and rotate it for you, you can see how this fits in perfectly and it matches that pattern. Remember, these two bottom tiles here, they match the same direction as these two top tiles here, and exactly the same here. These two tiles here match the exact same angles that the arrows are facing on these two tiles here. For some people, these question types can be quite intimidating and take a lot of practice to get your head round. So the best thing to do is to dive in and take your turn at answering these practice questions as well. So remember to please put your answer to question 7 in the comment section below, where I will get back to you, I will mark it for you, and I'll also give you tips and advice for answering these tough abstract reasoning questions. Okay, here's a question for you to try. So question number 8 is, which tiles, when rotated, complete the grid? Is it answer option A, B, C, or D? Your 20-second timer starts now. Let's try another one. So question number 9. Which tiles, when rotated, complete the grid? Is it answer option A, B, C, or D? You have 20 seconds on the timer, starting now. Okay, moving on. Let's take a look at another abstract reasoning test question, which is very similar, but this one is asking you to find which tile is next in the sequence. Remember, use the exact same strategies as before to answer this abstract reasoning question. Look for the pattern and try and figure out which tile should go where this question mark is here. So your answer options are A, B, C, or D. You have 20 seconds on your timer starting now. Did you get it? Let me know in the comment section below. Okay, now let's take a look at another common but really tricky abstract reasoning test question type, which is non-verbal reasoning sequences. So the question is, just like the previous one, which tile is next in the sequence? However, this one is a lot more tricky and it's really going to test your non-verbal reasoning ability. So again, take a close look at what pattern you can find. If you take a close look, you can see that the sequence is actually moving clockwise. Again, take a close look at what pattern you can find. So your answer options are A, B, C, and D. Now I know this looks really confusing, but make sure you take a close look to see what pattern you can find, because there is a pattern there. Because if you look closely, you can see that the number on each tile determines what shape will be shown. And this is moving in a clockwise pattern. Have you worked it out? Well, in fact, the number on the bottom of each tile means you need to subtract that amount of sides from the next shape in the next tile. Again, moving in a clockwise pattern. And the number on the top of a tile means you need to add that amount of sides to the next shape in the next tile. So for example, you will see here, we have this shape with 4 sides, and we have a number 3 at the bottom. That means we need to subtract 3 sides from the shape in the next tile, which you can see here has been done. It's a circle, so it's only got 1 side. So we've gone from 4 sides and minus 3 to get just 1 to get the circle. And you can see here we have a number 4 at the top of this tile, which means in the next tile, again moving in a clockwise direction, means we need to add 4 more sides to this circle. So we'll end up with 5 sides in total, which you can see we have here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides, and so on and so on. That means the correct answer option is, in fact, answer option A. You can see only answer option A works here because we have 3 sides on this triangle, and it says in this tile to not add or remove any because it's a 0. Even though it's at the bottom, which means we would normally subtract, obviously subtracting 0 sides means it's going to be a 3-sided shape in this next tile, which this is here. Now the reason why it's not answer option C, which again is a triangle and has 3 sides, is because the sequence needs to match. So we need to go from a 3-sided shape to a 4-sided shape in the next tile here, because this shape has 4 sides. And that's why we need to have the 1 at the top of this tile here. Okay, now it's your turn. And remember, please put your answer to question number 12 in the comment section below, and I will mark it for you and also provide you some top tips and strategies. Here we go. Which tile is next in the sequence? Here's what the sequence looks like. And you have the following answer options to choose from: A, B, C, and D. Your 20-second timer starts now. Now don't go anywhere and make sure you stick around, as I've plenty more questions and answers to give you. But when you're ready, click that link in the top right hand corner and head through to my website, howtobecome.com, where you can get access to hundreds of verified online job aptitude test questions, answers, and strategies to pass each question type to make sure you become the standout candidate. Okay, let's move on to the next question type, which is numerical reasoning tests. Now, numerical reasoning tests are a very popular category of job aptitude test questions. So I've put together the most frequent numerical question types used to help you practice and pass. Let's start off with this percentage question. So question 13 is, Siddharth enters a shop and purchases a sack of potatoes for $4.20. He receives 20% off his final purchase. and pays with a $10 bill. How much change does Sid Half receive? Here are the answer options. So A is $6.64, B is $5.84, C is $3.36, D is 84 cents, and E is $5.80. Now, when dealing with numerical reasoning questions like these, first work out the key information that you need. So you can see, to help you, I've put all the key information in bold. Now, the first step to working out this percentage question is we need to work out what 20% of $4.20 is. And that's because we don't yet know the total purchase price for the sack of potatoes that Sid Half purchased, because it had that 20% discount. So to work out percentages, it's a really simple formula. Firstly, all we have to do is divide $4.20 by 100. And then once we have that total, all we have to do is times it by the percentage we want to find out. So if we want to find out 20%, which in this case we do, we times that total by 20. And that gives us 84 cents. And 84 cents is 20% of $4.20. So the next step is to work out the change that Sid Half received. And to do that, we need to minus the 84 cents from that original purchase price of $4.20. And that gives us $3.36. So to get our answer, all we need to do is minus $3.36 from $10, because that's what he paid with. He paid with a $10 bill, so we can minus that $3.36, which we know was the final cost that Sid Half paid, and that leaves us with $6.64. So the answer is answer A. So now it's your turn to give that question a try for yourself. So question 14 is, Phoebe is shopping for gifts. She makes 2 purchases which total $12.50 for 2 pairs of socks. Phoebe receives a 30% discount on the final purchase and pays with a $20 bill. How much change does Phoebe receive? Your potential answer options are A, $12.50, B, $10, C, $15, D, $5.50, or E, $11.25. Your 30-second timer starts now. Okay, how did you find that? Let's move on to the next question, which is question 15. Doris has a budget of $1,000 and buys a TV for $600. Doris receives a 35% discount on the final purchase. How much of her budget does Doris have left? Is it A, $600, B, $610, C, $400, D, $210, or finally E, $790. Remember, put your answer in the comment section below and I'll mark it for you. Your 30-second timer starts now. Okay, let's move on to a similar numerical reasoning question, but this time we will need to use a different formula to work out this percentage. Let's take a look. So the question is, if Muhammad entered a shop with $5 and purchased 8 pairs for 10 cents each, what percentage of his money did he spend? Is it A, 8, B, 16, C, 12, D, 14, or E, 24? Now, to work this out, we first need to work out how much Muhammad spent, which is 8 times 10 cents, which gives us 80 cents. Now, the calculation to work out this percentage is a really simple one. It simply is the value divided by the total value, and then you times that figure by 100. So in this case, we divide that 80 cents, that 0.80, by 5 because he used a $5 bill, and this gives us 0.16. We then times 0.16 by 100 to make it a percentage, and that gives us a total of 16. So it's 16%. Mohammed spent 16% of his money, which is answer number B. So now it's your turn to try a question like that yourself. So question 17 is, if Cho entered a shop with $20 and purchased 5 soda cans for 50 cents each, what percentage of her money did she spend? Is it A, 10, B, 25, C, 12.5%, D, 2.5, or E, 10%? Your 30-second timer to answer this question starts now. Okay, now it is time to make these a bit more challenging by mixing in visual graphs and tables. These numerical question types are known as data interpretation tests. Here is the question. So below is a pie chart that shows the hair color of people in a shop. The question is, if 8 people have blonde hair, how many people have black hair? So is the answer A, 8, B, 10, C, 12, D, 14, or E, 16? Now, to work this out, remember, numerical data interpretation questions always tend to look more intimidating than they actually are. In fact, we're just going to use the same principles that we've just learned and just been using in the previous questions to answer this one. What you need to do when faced with data interpretation test questions is, again, just look for the relevant information you need. There's going to be a lot of irrelevant information that you're not going to need at all to work out your answer. So let's break this down. So people with blonde hair, we know is 8. We know 8 people have blonde hair. And we know that is 20% of the total people in the shop because it tells us this on the pie chart. Therefore, we can multiply 8 by 5, or 20% times 5, to get the total amount of people, 100% of the people. So 8 times 5 is 40. So now that we know the total amount of people in the shop was 40, we can now work out how many people have black hair. So to do that, we divide 40 by 100, which gives us 0.4. We finally then times 0.4 by 30, which is the 30% that's shown here on the pie chart, which gives us 12. So we know 12 people have black hair. And therefore the correct answer option is indeed C. So now it's your turn. And remember, again, please put your answer to question 18 in the comment section below the video, and I will get back to you with the correct answer if you've not managed to work it out. So here we go. The chart to the right shows the results of a survey of 400 people who were asked which chocolate was their favorite. So question 19 is, how many more people chose chocolate C as their favorite than chocolate B? Is it A, 4, B, 12, C, 16, D, 18, or E, 24? Your 30-second timer to answer this starts now. And the next question is question 20. And to answer this, you need to look at the below table, which represents the costs for different products. In this table, product F gets taxed 25% of the total sales revenue. So here's the table. Now you'll notice the total sales revenue after tax for product F is missing. So the question is, what would the total sales revenue be with tax for product F? Now, would it be A, 72,000, B, 75,000, C, 77,800, D, 86,000, or E, 90,000? Okay, let's take a look at another numerical reasoning test question. And again, this is a data interpretation type question, so let's take a look. This table represents the actual and target revenue for 2022 for 5 different products. So the question is, in the following year, product B earns £280,550. What is the percentage decrease from product B's revenue in 2022 and the revenue in the following year, rounded to the nearest whole number? So there's obviously a lot to take in there, but remember, just focus on the relevant information that you need. Here are your answer options. Is it a percentage decrease of 15%, B 12%, C 19%, D 9%, E 21%? Your 30-second timer starts now. Okay, let's take a look at one more numerical reasoning test question. So the question is, how much more does it cost a company to place 4 24 by 10 mono advertisements and 1 22 by 5 color advertisement compared to a company placing 6 8 by 10 color advertisements and 1 7 by 5 mono advertisement? So here's the price chart. Is it A, £1,640, B, £1,950, C, £13,950, or D, £14,060, or finally E, which is £14,440. So you'll see you don't need to work out any percentages to get your answer here. You have 30 seconds on the timer starting now. Okay, let's move on to the final job aptitude test question type, which is mechanical comprehension tests. So many job roles will want to test your mechanical comprehension, even if the role doesn't require technical mechanical knowledge. That's because these question types tell the employer what your logical thinking ability is like. Let's take a look at some example questions, and remember to put your answers in the comment section below for marking. Here we go. Question 23 is, all coffee cups are filled to the top. Which coffee cup most accurately demonstrates how water would leak from the cups if 4 small equal holes were made on the sides of the cups? Here they are. You have answer option X, Y, and Z. Now, just a quick hint, you should be able to get your answer option just from the visual image. You don't need any of that written text information to help you. It's there because employers want to make this question type seem more confusing and therefore trickier to answer. But all you need is the visual image to answer this question. So your 12-second timer starts now. Okay, remember to put your answer option in the comment section below and I'll mark it for you. Let's take a look at question 24, which is, which ropes are not needed to support the crane's load? Is it A, ropes A and B, B, ropes B and C, C, ropes A, B and C, or finally answer option D, ropes A and C? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Here's your timer, it starts now. Okay, let's take a look at another mechanical comprehension test. This question is, when the handle makes a complete rotation, how far will the weight lower? Is it 180 inches, 800 inches, 100 inches, or 80 inches? Your 12-second timer starts now. Okay, question number 26 is, if cog Y has a radius of 44 inches, whereas cog X has a radius of 22 inches, if cog Y starts rotating anti-clockwise at a constant 20 revolutions per minute, RPM, which one of the following statements will be true? A, cog X will make 10 clockwise rotations per minute. B, cog X will make 22 clockwise rotations per minute. C, cog X will make 10 anti-clockwise rotations per minute. Or finally, answer option D, cog X will make 40 clockwise rotations per minute. Okay, your timer for this starts now. Let's take a look at another mechanical comprehension test, number 27, which is, out of the 5 water tanks below, which one of them will overflow? Okay, have a really good look at that image, look at the information on it, and let me know in the comment section below if your answer is A, B, C, D, or E. Your 12-second timer to work this out starts now. Now that's the end of the mechanical comprehension aptitude tests. So the next thing to do is to please make sure you click the button in the top right hand corner of this video right now. Head through to my website, howtobecome.com, where you can get access to hundreds of job aptitude test questions and fully worked answers to each question. You can literally have online access within 2 minutes from now, and it's guaranteed to help you to prepare effectively for your next job aptitude test, and also, more importantly, put you ahead of the competition. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Please don't forget to subscribe, as I'm on a mission to help as many people as possible pass their job interviews, and I can only do that if you are subscribed. Please also hit that like button, because that encourages me to make more videos just like this one. And if you have any questions regarding aptitude tests, please feel free to put these in the comment section below, where I will get back to you. And finally, if you'd like to connect with me on LinkedIn, I've put my LinkedIn link in the description below. It's always great to connect with like-minded professionals such as yourself. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you all the best with your aptitude assessment. Have a brilliant day.